All right, we're back. That's what I was afraid would happen. Lost connectivity once we got to the basement. So we won't be showing the basement. But we are going to start here in Mary Elizabeth's room. So what you'll see is I have the REM pod. I'm going to go ahead and set that up. This over here, and you'll see how the REM pod works. You reach out and touch it. Anything that comes near it, we'll set it off. I think we'll also, for those of you just joining me, what I was afraid did happen. We lost connectivity in the basement, so we will avoid that area. Have a REM pod set up in Mary Elizabeth's room. We're going to set the mag light up here on the bed. If I can get it to go off. You can see one of the dolls. That's Mary Elizabeth's. So I'll set this here. Having issues, Jason?
It's not going to connect. No, it's saying there's a YouTube error.
It was working earlier too, wasn't it? Okay, so we have the flashlight set up on the bed. We have the REM pod over here. As you can see, Jason, we're going to broadcast both here. Hello, Ruth Ann. Jason's trying to get the live going. So what we'll do is we'll ask Marty to go ahead and come in. Is Marty out there?
Yeah.
So we'll ask Marty to come in. And Marty's going to run a rod session with the dowsing rods. Again, we have the REM pod there, flashlight on the bed. Marty, Jason. As well as, if I can get it out of my pocket, the laser grid. I'm going to turn off the light just for a second so you can see. This helps us to see any entities, anything that walks by, so anything that breaks that. Marty, if you don't mind, walk in front of the laser grid so you can see how the shadow works there. That's why we use the laser grid.
If there's something clear that walks through here, you'll see, you won't actually see a shadow, but you'll see the light break closer.
So, with that being said, let me turn the light back on so you can see what's going on. This is what we see when we don't have our lights on. This is how investigations are. But so you can see what we're doing, we're going to go quiet and we're going to watch Marty ask questions with the rod. If you not sure what the Dowsing Rod Experiment is, it's theorized, but they've been used for hundreds of years, if not longer, by people looking for water. Running water is known to give off energy. Yeah. And of course, these energies, these entities, if they respond, then we'll get to see it. So I'm going to shift position just a little bit. You can see They have these little cases. So there's no way for him to manipulate them because he's holding the case, not the actual rod. Perfect. We also have a lighted ball that some of you guys may remember who tuned in for the McRaven House in Mississippi. If something touches it, that ball will start lighting up.
Good evening, family.
So
YouTube going.
Is there anybody
Cool.
here with us tonight? If you're here with us, can you cross these rods? Let us know that you're with us.
Alright.
is that light too much, Marty?
It's pretty bright.
Is that better if I kind of turn it to the side?
No.
Better? How's that? Okay.
Can you see these?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially with the orange tips.
Yeah. Is there anybody in the Caldwell family that's with us tonight? You can cross these rods. Let us know you're with us. We just want to talk to you. If you don't want to come in and cross the rods, can you point them to where you're standing?
Mary Elizabeth, are you in here? If you're in here, can you cross those rods, please?
I can feel you doing it.
Can you make them cross all the way?
Hey Jay.
Come on. You're so close.
Yeah.
Hey, Rebecca.
Where you guys at?
I'm going to turn the walkie-talkie down.
The little lever. Okay, I'm ready to go to the
There we go.
Ah,
Thank you.
the rod split.
All right. Well, thanks. Can you push them back forward?
Can you point them at me?
Point them at Mark. There you go.
Can you point the rods to me, Mary Elizabeth?
Come on. There's one. How about the other one?
Awesome. Thank you, sweetie.
Come on.
Can you move the other one?
Move the one in my right hand.
And as you guys are watching this, if there's any questions that you would like us to ask while he's running this rod session of Mary Elizabeth, just post them, and we'll be glad to ask the question for you.
Come on, move it. You're doing so well.
Slowly but surely moving.
It's going back and forth. You feel it. Yeah,
So we're going to reset. I'm going to try to hold it a little. Is that better, Marty, if it's not in your face? Because I want everyone to be able to see the rods, but I don't want to blind you. Okay, you can see the orange tips yellow tips of the rods. Mary Elizabeth, this is Mark. You've shown yourself to me in the past. I brought you candy. If you would like for me to bring you some more candy, can you make those rods cross? There you go. I see them moving.
Come on.
Awesome. Thank you, sweetie.
Sorry.
There you go. Mary Elizabeth, there's differing reports, but from our research, I believe she was 8, Marty?
Mm-hmm.
She was 8 when she passed away. Rebecca. She had, thank you, Mary Elizabeth. As you guys can see, the rods did cross. You have my word. When we finish, sweetie, I will bring you some chocolate. I will run back over there, grab it, and run it right up here.
Can you uncross them now?
If you uncross them, I'll bring you 2 pieces of chocolate. How's that?
Put them back at Mark.
Wow, they're moving. Can you point them back at me, sweetie? You bet, Rebecca.
Point them at Mark.
Mary Elizabeth, I'm going to tell people your story. As I'm telling them your story, can you please point those rods back towards me and uncross them? So what happened, Rebecca and everyone else listening, was downstairs in the winter kitchen in the basement area, it's reported she fell in a fire. And she didn't die right away. Her dress caught on fire. She suffered from severe burns, unfortunately. And she died several days later from complications. Of course, in the 1800s, they did not have any sort of medical treatment for injuries of that sort. So that's what's reported. She had several sisters. One sister whose name was Fanny, who has talked with us before, that Mary Elizabeth seemed to really take a shining to.
Did you like Fanny?
If Fanny was your favorite sister, can you uncross them? Can you make them point straight towards me, sweetie? Yeah, it is pretty amazing, Aaron.
Come on.
If you're still here, can you uncross them? What you guys have to remember, and something that people don't think about, is it takes a lot of energy, especially for a younger energy like that, to manipulate objects, to move things like that. And sometimes you get minimal activity, for lack of a better way. But for Mary Elizabeth, that's pretty amazing. So Marty's got rods reset.
Was Fanny your favorite sister? Can you cross them if Fanny was your favorite?
Are you still here with us? If you're here with us, can you make those rods point in opposite direction? I do want to let you guys know, as we're running the Dowsing Rod Experiment. Not only are we doing our Facebook Live, but Jason is doing a YouTube Live as well. He's at the slave graveyard. You can go to our YouTube page and check that out. Information for that is on our Facebook page. And what we're going to do here in just a little bit, we're going to switch locations. Marty and I will go to the graveyard. Jason will come in here. Doesn't look like we're getting a lot. What do you say? And again, guys, sometimes service is spotty. The ball, you can just see, I just picked it up. So I'm going to pick up the REM pod. It'll probably go off when I get near it. Again, that's what it looks like. Picks up the energy, the electromagnetic field. So we're going to go to the hospital room. Again, this is where they treated both Union and Confederate soldiers. You can see they have mannequins. And one of the really interesting reports here is this wheelchair has been reported to move. So that would be really fascinating. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to see if I can get this ball to sit right here. Might work, might not. There we go. It'll take just a second and that ball will stop. So we have the REM pod here. We have the ball there. And I tell you, we're going to also set up one of my favorite experiences is the flashlight experiment. What you do is you twist a mag light to the point where it breaks the circuitry, and something or someone has to breach that gap with energy so that it reconnects to light up. We seem to have had real good success with it. So I'll set this. No, I'm good. So I'll set this here. Wait for this to go off. Let's see, we have a question. I miss being able to go on these kinds of trips. I'm living vicariously here. Yeah, Rebecca, this is our first time back out since the COVID started. I do want to give a shout out to my grandson, Caden. If you're watching, I would love for you to type something here using my wife Joy's phone. So we're going to have, hey, Rebecca. She's saying hello to Tracy. So once again, we have the REM pod. We have the lighted ball. We have the flashlight. Marty's got the dowsing rods. And there are times when you can actually do too much. So this room, this bed, and this bed, again, you can see the mannequins are where they treated the soldiers. They have some of the period clothing all around the room. You can see fireplace, of course, was in use a lot. So we're going to run an EVP session. We have the K2 meter here. So we're going to just go silent for a minute, let the room settle. Then Marty and I will take turns asking questions. Do y'all do EVP? Yes, Connie, we do. We actually have, everyone carries an electronic voice recorder with them, as well as we have stationary, some people refer to them as static voice recorders that we set in different locations. I think tonight, if I'm not mistaken, we probably have about 12 or 13 voice recorders spread throughout the hall and the property. How many on your team are investigating there? All team members are here with the exception of one. We have myself and AJ. Then we have Jason and Marty. And AJ brought a guest. His name is David. And we have April and Amanda. April is part of PRGI of Ohio. And her brother Chris, who could not make the trip, he's not here. So tonight we have 7. Is that right? Mark? Yes. AJ? Yeah, we have 7 people here tonight investigating, Meredith.
7 plus David.
Yes, 7 plus David. 7 team members, and then AJ brought a guest. Thank you for the questions. Again, if anybody has any questions, or as we're fixing to start the EVP session, I'll keep scanning the room and we'll go silent. If you hear anything or see anything, please let us know. If you have any questions, again, we're in the hospital room where wounded soldiers were treated. If you have any questions you would like for us to ask to see if we get any responses, please post them. But also remember that a lot of times what an EVP is an electronic voice phenomenon. We may not hear a response now, but our voice recorders may pick it up. And when we're doing analysis later, we'll be sure and post it, especially if it's a question that one of you guys ask. So we're going to start the EVP session now, and I'll continuously scan the room, and we'll see what happens. Hello, everyone. This is my friend Marty.
Good evening.
My name's Mark. I know you have people come in here and do this sort of thing all the time. We don't like to ask the same questions. We just want to know your story. So the first question I have is, where were you wounded to be treated in this room? So what we're doing is Marty is doing a short burst EVPs during this EVP session. And Connie reported seeing something in the window. Of course, that light you see there is a refraction from my light, just so you can see what we're seeing. Meredith asked, isn't there a hiding place in the fireplace or something? Yes, it's actually behind the wall on the north end of the house, on the back side of that hallway there. So as we, yeah, Jamie, exactly. As we're asking these questions, Marty will continue to do short burst EVP, and we'll do live analysis of each question. So again, if anyone has a question that you would like for us to ask here in the hospital room, please post it. We'll ask it now, and we'll do a short burst EVP and see if we'll do live analysis and see if we get any responses. If you're a male, can you let us know you're here? Were you a wounded soldier? Do what? I don't know. It's just you and me up here.
Did you hear that behind you?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys could hear that at home, but after I asked this question, there was some noise behind me. Marty's going to check the short burst EVP. Again, that's the stairs leading down there. Couldn't tell if it was footsteps or something else. Anything? Too faint to pick up. Meredith has this question. You ready, Marty? Okay, we're going to let Marty get ready. If you were a wounded soldier, or if you passed away in this room, is there a message you would like for us to give to one of your family members? I'm going to ask that question again because there was a loud vehicle outside. If you were a wounded soldier or you passed away in this room, is there a message you would like to give? You would like us to give one of your family members? Are there any nurses or doctors here? Dr. Williams, are you here? Hey, Alfred. Alfred, print up. Alfred, Marty said, "Oh God," when he saw that you were. So Marty's checking the short burst EVP. That's that car going by, isn't it? Yeah. Unfortunate. Okay, nothing there. So again, keep the questions coming. Rebecca thought you saw a light anomaly between the mannequins just before the first question. Went up and then back down. We'll definitely check the video for that. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. What was that? Kind of went like, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys could hear that because I was talking. It was just a weird noise that Marty and I both heard. It may have been your thumb. Okay. Debunked. Was Marty's thumb moving along the EV? We have activity on the K2 meter going now.
Wow.
You see it going off? Thank you. So is someone sitting on that bed? If you're on that bed, can you light that up again, please? Oh, awesome. Thank you. Just to show you what we're looking at. You can see it lighting up. Can you light that up again, please? Okay, I saw it flash. Did you die in that bed? Brief flash. I'm going to move the light slightly so we can see the light better. Oh, wow. Okay, thank you. Is there a message that you would like for us to give to a loved one? First time the K2 meter's gone off all night. And it's going crazy. Rebecca, I'll get to the mannequin here in just a second. Do what?
So there's nothing here. I mean,
No,
nothing
there's
going on
nothing
here.
to make that go off at all. I would have to be about 10 inches from it for this to affect it, and I'm a good 5 feet away. What the heck was that?
It must be outside.
No, they're at the graveyard.
No. You're right outside.
Okay. Yeah, I can hear someone talking. I think they're downstairs. Okay.
Out front.
In the corner, the housekeeper mannequin.
Yeah, he's out front here.
Okay. So now Marty's checking the short burst EVP. As the K2 meter was going off. Definitely. See, now we have zero activity. Oh, there it goes again. Nothing. They're doing calls outside. Did you win the war? Marty's still listening to the short burst EVP. Okay. So I think what we'll do, we're still, oh, there goes the K2 meter again. So if you did die in that bed, it seems like every time we say that, the meter reacts. Okay. Okay, can you shut it off, please? All the way off. Thank you, Rebecca. Trying to get a good angle where you guys can see really well. So if you died on this bed, are you okay? Every time I say that, it goes off. Mm-hmm. All right, can you shut it off, please? There again, just to show you what's happening. There is nothing anywhere near it. Those are the dowsing rods laying beside it. Yeah. So I'm just going to leave the light off for a moment. Yeah, you can see it much better like that. Okay, thank you. Is there anything else you can do to let us know you're here? Can you maybe turn on one of the other lights? Exactly, Connie. You never know. And you may not be able to see because it's pitch black, but I'm scanning the room. Pointing it at the REM pod right now. I'm over towards the wheelchair. Of course, I'm seeing what you're seeing. I can just see a little bit of ambient light through the window. Is there someone here that's looking for someone you could not save? Do you feel bad about that? Let's try this again. So if you died on this bed, look at that. Every time I say that. I'm so sorry you died in this bed.
Can you take it all the way up to red? Please? Just grab a hold of it. Take it all the way to red. Let us know you're there. That was close.
How old are you? Were you 15? Were you older than 15? Okay. Thank you, Angela. We try to keep it as realistic as possible because that's the way it should be. Sometimes it's boring, but we're getting lucky here with getting this K2 activity. What's interesting is when you're not getting activity and you think nothing's going on, you go home, you check your equipment, you have pictures, you have IR cam footage of something, you have voices like crazy on your EVP recorders. So for us, there's never really a boring investigation. Every investigation to us is a learning experience. Are you older than 20? Let me ask that question again. Are you older than 20? Okay. You can see there it's going off again. Okay, could you turn it off, please? Wow. Were you an officer? If you were an officer, can you light all those lights up? Were you one of the family members who worked on some of the soldiers? Yes, Shelley, there's definitely more than one spirit here. There's been several things reported. I'm going to turn the light back on. There's been several things reported here. Turn this just slightly. Apparition of Mary Elizabeth, which we have a great picture of her looking out the window at us on our page. Tell you what, we'll repost that tomorrow, so you don't have to go searching through the page and find it. Energies of soldiers, both Union and Confederate, the Caldwell family, as well as that of some of the slaves from the time period. I do want to show you something, Marty, if you could do that again. If you can see, Marty's trying to get the KT meter to go off, and it's not going off. But it sure was going off a minute ago. Connie, there were both Northern and Southern soldiers treated here. So we've hit Mary Elizabeth's room. We had some, what I'm going to call mild activity. Marty's checking his phone. You see how close the phone has to be to set that off? And literally almost touching it. And I'm a good 5 feet away, easily. Let's try it one more time. There we go. So I'm going to ask you one more time. Did you die on that bed? I'm sorry you died. I'm not laughing at you. It's pretty thrilling when you communicate with us. Wow. Every time we ask that. So, sir, son, I'm sorry that you died in this room. Sorry you had to go through that kind of pain. If there's anything we can do for you, feel free to talk to us and let us know. Yeah, Jamie, here's, for those of you who weren't checking it out earlier, here's the wheelchair that has actually been videoed moving. So I think what we'll do is we'll go to Mr. and Miss Caldwell's room now. That way we've hit a Mary Elizabeth's room. And again, that's just me touching the REM pod. It's going to keep going. Oh, thank you, sir. It's going to keep going off until we get in there, so you'll just have to deal with the noise. Sorry. Okay, I'm trying to hold it away from myself. We're moving through the back hallway into the Caldwell master bedroom. So we're setting the K2 meter on the bed. I think I'll set the REM pod over here. Earlier, I did hear what sounded like the old sewing machine working. I think I'll set this on the bed as well. Marty, you got that? And then I'll set up the flashlight again.
What about you guys? Coyotes.
So we have the flashlight there,
Oh, we heard them.
REM pod here, K2 meter, and the lighted ball. So I'm going. If that was you, turn on the flashlight. Can you do that again? Okay, I see that. Mr. and Miss Caldwell, can you turn that light on if it's you, please? I see it flickering. Miss Caldwell, if that's you, can you turn that flashlight on the way on? You may refer to it as a torch. Can you turn that torch on? Wow. I have never seen that happen. So we have crazy flashlight going on there, as well as, well, right when I pointed to it, there it goes, the K2 meter reacting again. Those of you who have watched this before has seen us do the flashlight experiment before. And I know if you've watched us, I have never seen the flashlight do this. Marty, you watching this?
Yep.
Have you ever seen it do that? I've been using the flashlight experiment for, whoa.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Mr. Caldwell, was that you? If that was you, sir, could you turn that light on again, please? We would like to tell your story. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Mr. Caldwell, you had beautiful children, and we're so sorry for what happened to Mary Elizabeth. Our condolences. We offer our comfort and prayers for you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. This is crazy, guys. I'm glad we're getting this on live because this is crazy. As well as, let me pan back this way, we're still getting activity on the K2. Sir, if you're still here, could you make that light come on again, please? Don't want to do that. If you'll just walk by one of these other devices, sit on your bed, they'll come on. Again, our condolences for what happened to your daughter. You had beautiful kids, beautiful family. Yes, sir. That's twice I've asked about condolences. 3 times every time I say it. Yeah, Connie, this is pretty amazing. And just to show you guys, flashlight sitting on the table by itself. Oh, yes, sir. Thank you. Just to give you a scan of the room. Sir, with your permission, I'd like to show my friends who are watching this, I would like to show them your room. Is that okay? If that's okay, sir, could you flash that light again, please? And again, just so you can see, this flashlight has never, ever done a strobe effect. Not that I've ever witnessed. Not that Marty's ever witnessed. Oh, thank you, sir. All right, I'm going to show them your room. Did you see that? Mm-hmm. So, here's Caldwell's room. Miss Caldwell, their bed. And as I'm doing this, the flashlight and the K2 meter are still going off.
There it goes. It's on now. Oh. He's playing peekaboo.
Are you messing with me, sir? It's funny because you see here different pictures of different family members, different relatives, people who have lived here or worked here.
That's me.
Okay. And flashlight just came on. Thank you, sir. We greatly appreciate you allowing us to show people your beautiful home. Thank you, sir. See here, these are period shoes as well. This is what, ladies, yeah, try fitting your, all right, we're back. Sometimes those things happen. Marty was asking a question. Marty, could you repeat that question, please?
Were you sad when your first wife Elizabeth passed away?
So, guess?
Yeah. What did he say?
He said something about orbs all over one of the
Oh,
cams.
in the hospital room.
Hospital room. Okay. So you were sad. Again, we apologize for her death, sir.
Was Mary Elizabeth named after her?
Wow. Thank you. Could you turn it off, please? Well, that's a strong response.
Mm-hmm.
So Mary Elizabeth was named after your first wife. Wow. Thank you, sir. There again, just so you can see.
Thank you.
And now it's off. Holy shnikes. Those of you who are Tommy Boy fans recognize that saying. Busy night, yes, and it's starting to get very busy. Thank you, sir. We greatly appreciate you allowing us to show your room, to share your home and your story. Yes, some unfortunate events happen in your life. Yes, sir. We're so sorry you had to experience that. Our thoughts and prayers are with you and your loved ones. Yes, sir. Thank you. You can turn that light off, please. Definitely is appreciating the thoughts and prayers. Again, second strongest response that we've had. The other was about Mary Elizabeth being named after his first wife. And when we mentioned giving thoughts and prayers for him and his family.
It's tragic, having to bury a wife and a daughter.
We are truly sorry, sir. That was, we just heard a door.
That was.
Oh, them?
I think it's Amanda.
Okay. As we're doing this, I'm going to scan back to the room. Yes, sir. We're still here. Could you turn that light off, please? Again, nothing on the ball. K2 meter has gone silent. Nothing on the REM pod. Mr. Caldwell is digging using the flashlight. Yes, sir. Thank you. We greatly respect you and honor your name for sharing your feelings with us.
Were you upset that Kentucky didn't join the Confederacy?
Yes, he is, Connie. Lights on. Yeah, he was upset. We have some more team members coming up the stairs.
The ladies.
This is David, AJ's guest, and talking with us with the flashlight and the K2 meter. This is and I don't want to blind him, so I'm going to turn a little bit. This is David's second investigation. Wow. As the flashlight's coming back on.
So much for you, David.
Thank you, sir.
I'm not important.
Could you turn it off, please? Yeah, the activity is more important. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Well, here, as Mr. Caldwell's talking to us, David, what do you think about your experiences so far?
Pretty amazing so far. Pretty amazing.
You guys were outside. Did you have any activity happening?
Not outside. Just a lot of really good experience up in Miss Mary Elizabeth's room.
Yeah, we didn't get a whole lot in Mary Elizabeth's room, but we're getting a whole lot here with Mr. Caldwell, and we thank you, sir. Mark for Jason. Okay, REM pod going off. Didn't light up, but it was reacting. Make sure it wasn't the walkie-talkie. Mark for Jason.
Go for Jason.
Are you ready to switch places?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, we'll head outside and towards the slave graveyard.
I am inside the house.
Copy.
And it takes some kind of something physical to actually.
The REM pod is going crazy now.
You turn it on and off. Yeah. And so when you see it, like you can see it like
I want to key the walkie-talkie
turning on, turning
just to see if the REM pod goes off. Thank you, sir.
I know. Yeah, and especially when it does it on command. Why are you setting that off?
It's not the walkie-talkie. I just tested. So now we have the flashlight and the REM pod reacting.
It could be Miss Caldwell because I told her it wasn't going to be long. I was feeling tired and I was going to come lay on her bed.
You don't want you in her bed.
Flashlight. Mr. Caldwell, it seems like the world is in unrest right now. Yes, sir? Do you believe there will ever be peace in this world? Yes. Marty, let's do a short burst EVP session in here real quick, if you don't mind.
I guess I don't.
So now we've had flashlight. Yes, sir. We're going to ask you a question. We're going to see if we can record your answer if you're willing to talk with us, sir. The REM pod has now gone off with K2 activity still occurring.
Ready?
Yes. Mr. Caldwell, is there anything that you would like to say to us? I have to wait for that loud motorcycle to go by. Is there a message you would like us to get out for you? Would you like for there to be more peace in this world? Thank you, sir. Marty's going to check the short burst TV and grab the equipment. That was pretty amazing. Again, we had the REM pod go off. It's going off again. As Marty's checking that, you can hear the REM pod. Oh, wow. There we go. Marty.
Mm-hmm.
And it stopped just like that. Is there a message you would like us to get out for you? That was me. Anything?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Nope, no, nothing on the short burst EVP. So we're going to grab the equipment, and I'm going to be really interesting to see. Hopefully the live will work out there. We're going to trek all the way out to the slave graveyard. Marty, you going to come with me? David, you want to go, or have you already been to the graveyard?
I don't know where you're going, but I'm with you.
Okay. So that was thank you, Mr. Caldwell, for all the activity. We greatly appreciate it.
What'd y'all get up there?
A lot.
Really?
Flashlight on command, K2 hits,
Man's pretty cool.
EMF hits, REM pods started reacting at the end. It was pretty amazing. What about you guys?
Nothing.
Didn't get
We
anything?
got nothing.
And where were you at?
We were in the Slade Cemetery, the little Caldwell part of the cemetery. I've been downstairs and here in the parlor room.
Well, if you want to go upstairs, we were getting a lot of activity up there in the Caldwell's bedroom.
Okay. I'll take the SLS and gander on up there.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to ask for the SLS, but with the activity we got up there, definitely use the SLS up there. I think it might be more prudent right now.
Okay.
And we'll continue what we were doing in the slave graveyard.
We may be able to see if,
So again, if you want to check out what Jason's going to do, he's going to use the SLS in the Caldwell master bedroom where we were getting all the activity. See if he can catch anything on the SLS, which is a structured light sensor camera. It maps it out in stick figures. I'm sure you guys have seen that on TV. Then you can switch over to our YouTube channel. David, you going to stay here and watch the SLS?
yeah, I gotta see that.
Okay, so Marty and I are going to head outside. We'll see how long the signal lasts. Should be okay outside. And excuse me when I don't talk for a second because I got to look down to make sure I don't go tumbling down the stairs. That would definitely be something for America's Funniest Videos. I will give you a shot of our command central. We have tiki torches going to keep the bugs away. There's our dinner, some pizza. Here's Amanda. Here's April. She's with the cameras. And I'm going to move this light around so you can see. This is where we have our IR cams set up from our DVR system. Have one in the hospital room, the stairs, the parlor, and Mary Elizabeth's room. Tomorrow I think we're going to run actually more cameras. See what's going on. So Marty,
We're gonna go with you if that's okay.
yeah, Amanda and April are going to join us in the slave graveyard. We'll probably do a stop off at the Caldwell family plot. Again, we'll run some of the same experiments that we ran upstairs. See what happens. As they're gathering up their stuff, I'm going to go ahead and walk you guys over here to the Caldwell family plot. And again, all the light I have is from my camera that you're seeing. Hi, Joy. Hi, Caden. Love y'all. We're walking in the dark to the cemetery right now. Hey, Caden. And it looks like I am having a very big battery drain right now, which should not happen because I've got this on a charger device. Here's the Caldwell Family Cemetery. Love you too, honey. So we're going to take the long trek down this trail to the slave graveyard, and I will say that we have to be very aware. There has been a cougar sighted in this area. I am carrying my sidearm. And right now, as they're back there coming, it's just you and me. So if this phone dies, which should not happen because it's hooked up to a battery charger, we'll count that up to a battery drain. Here is one of the there's the REM pod set in place. So I'm backing away. Here's the slave graveyard. Over here is the burial plot of 2 unknown soldiers, one from Wheeler's Cavalry, one from Morgan's Men. Morgan's Men, unknown soldier, died 1864. From Wheeler's Cavalry, died 1865. So because we're having a battery drain, and I will tell you that we've had that several times already today, we're going to do a quick session. Again, if the phone dies, that's part of investigating. Just a battery drain. Set a flashlight up here. Out of respect, I'm not walking on the graves. That, to me, that's just disrespectful for any grave site, because to us, this is holy. People buried here. This is one thing that we need to be aware of is, yes, there were slaves in American history, both in the North and the South. Thank the good Lord that has ended. And now we're just all looking to live together peacefully. So again, if it dies in the middle of this section, I do apologize, but we cannot control battery drainage, which is a part of paranormal investigations. Anyone who's buried here, do you have a message you would like us to give someone? Could you turn on that light? Or get close to that device? Would you like to show yourself? We're here to share your story. If there's a message you would like for us to get out, please let it be known now. Our time is growing short. Definitely is hallowed ground, Susan.
What was your name?
Were these all slave graves? Or are they just soldiers?
This is all slave graves.
All slave.
Mm-hmm. Marty's checking a short burst EVP. We'll run another quick short burst EVP before the phone dies after this. So we'll do one more quick burst EVP.
Did you work in the house or in the field?
What did you work in the fields?
What was the crop?
I know you had to do so much daily. Hear me.
What happened?
Thing started flashing blue at me. I was like, what the?
Oh, the trail cam?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it was just videoing.
Benjamin, are you out here? We read that you made the leather goods for them. Saddles and stuff. Did you pass away here, Benjamin?
Yes, Caden, we have. So we're going to check this short burst EVP, and unfortunately, this will be the last thing we do on live. As again, we had a massive battery drain, which is part of it. Caden, I love you. You can watch this video the whole time. Anytime. You can watch Poppy and Marty. And just to give you a quick, brief overview, I'm going to turn on the other flashlight just so you can see. Here's the cornfield. I'm going to walk to the edge of it. I'm going to walk around the graves. Anything there? So those of you who saw the live this afternoon, my best friend in the world, Caden, you are my best friend in the world. You heard us talk about the skirmish between the Confederates and the Union soldiers. About 500 yards on the other side of this cornfield is where the skirmish took place. Over that way. So unfortunately, with our battery drain, I'm going to have to end our live session. Love you, Joy. Love you, Caden. But thank you guys for tuning in. Again, apologies for having to end the live session, but that's just part of research. We had some great experiences. Good experiences in the hospital room, great experiences in the Caldwell master bedroom. We will continue Sorry, I thought I heard something. We will continue to research. Caden wants to know if you have heard Mary Elizabeth yet. No, we have not heard Mary Elizabeth yet. Well, she did make our rods cross, Caden, when we were in there, in her bedroom. She did make the rods cross. So I guess you could say, yes, we did hear Mary Elizabeth. But we thank you guys as always. Once again, tonight is about paranormal investigations. Thank you, Susan. We've still got a long night ahead of us. We'll continue recording, checking our audio and visual devices. Everyone, stay safe, stay healthy, treat each other with kindness, with respect, and let's all learn to live together, because there's only one world, and it's all we've got. Let's take care of each other, and let's take care of it. God bless everyone. Stay safe. Thank you. And until either later on tonight, if something amazing happens, or next time. Peace to everyone. Thank you. The investigation continues. Caden, Poppy loves you. Mwah. Good night.